Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best popcorn maker.
Starting at number 5.
1911 popcorn machine. If you really want to pull out all the stops and recreate movie theater magic at home, the Paragon 1911 popcorn machine can do the job. It's an old-fashioned style popper that has nostalgic flair thanks to the bright colors, scalloped top, and carnival lettering. The kettle drum can pop up to a full cup of kernels at a time, but the windowed cabinet can hold many batches while keeping everything hot and fresh thanks to the built-in warming deck. Making popcorn in the machine is simple and straightforward. After adding kernels and oil to the kettle, lower the lid, flip a switch, and the machine will take care of the rest. A rotating mixer arm keeps the kernels moving to avoid burns. Once popped, the fluffy popcorn will spill out into the cabinet, and with a twist of the handle, you can dump out the rest of the batch. There are some small holes on the bottom of the cabinet tray that sift out annoying tiny pieces and the rare unpopped kernel, so all that's left in the cabinet is picturesque popcorn. My family has used this popcorn maker for over 20 years, and it's as good as it was on day one, says Allison Wignall, staff writer for the Spruce Eats. It became a staple of family reunions and birthday parties, faithfully popping batch after batch without issue. It may take slightly longer to pop than other models, but to me it is well worth the wait. And careful around the kettle, it gets pretty hot.
Coming at number 4.
Original Whirley Pop. For a more traditional popcorn maker, we found that this stovetop model yields a close equivalent to movie theater popcorn, up to 6 quarts, 24 cups, of it, in just 3 minutes. This maker ranked high for its easy setup. During the popcorn making process, we had to crank the wooden handle constantly to keep the kernels moving, so it was a very hands-on experience. While we found it difficult to use the hand crank mechanism at times, there were very few unpopped kernels at the bottom of the popper. It's also pretty easy to clean by hand. Yes, this durable aluminum popcorn maker and a basic stovetop pot have a very similar mechanism for making popcorn, but we did love the final popcorn's slightly toasted flavor and the popper's ability to leave no unpopped kernels behind. For an interactive, old-school experience, this is a good choice. The only potential downside is that you can't put any type of fat in the pot, even after cooking, which means more dirty dishes when transferring it into another pan or bowl to add butter or oil.
At number 3.
West Bend Stir. This self-contained popper has an electric hot plate with a rotating stir rod that both keeps the corn moving and pushes the popped kernels to the top, away from the heat. The tall lid that fits over everything has vent holes to let moisture escape, but after popping is complete, you can attach a cover, flip the whole thing over, and use the lid as a serving bowl. In testing, the Stir Crazy approached perfection, leaving behind just a single unpopped kernel in one batch and none in another. Plus, it did so in less than 4 minutes, faster than any of the similar models we tried. Another advantage of the self-stirring format is that you can add salt and other seasonings during cooking so it gets distributed evenly among the popped kernels. You can also pop the corn using almost any type of oil, which helps expand your flavor options.
Number 2 of my list.
The original Hotpop. Popping kernels in the Hotpop was a pleasant surprise. This BPA-free silicone popper is as straightforward as it gets. 1. It includes a lid and popcorn bowl with built-in handles, and it pops half a cup of kernels with just 1 to 2 teaspoons of oil. After making our first batch, we found that the silicone stayed pretty hot, so we poured the popcorn into a separate bowl. When we tasted the resulting popcorn, however, we were wowed by the crunchiness and neutral flavor. There wasn't even a hint of a scorched kernel or a burnt aftertaste. The results from this maker were as delicious and fluffy in texture as models that cost double. On the flip side, we did notice some popcorn pieces were clumped together in clusters, and there were a decent number of kernels left unpopped at the bottom. While you might not get as much popped corn in your bowl, we felt the trade-off for taste and crispiness was well worth it. This maker ranked high in every other category, including ease of use and cleanup. Plus, its affordable price tag makes this a great budget selection and a reliable gift choice for any popcorn lover.
And number 1.
Presto Poplite Hot. The hot air popcorn popper is a classic for good reason. It heats quickly and effectively, while it also circulates humid air out of the popping chamber to keep the kernels from getting soft or soggy, with no oil needed. The Presto Poplite is our favorite hot air model. It was consistently able to pop a full half cup of corn, that's 15 to 18 cups popped, in well under 3 minutes, with light, fluffy, and crisp results across the board. This made the best corn of all the methods we tried. The Poplite is a breeze to set up. You load unpopped corn into its chamber, put the top in place, and plug it in. Hot air blows through the kernels and keeps them moving, and once they start to pop, it blows them out the lid's funnel and into the waiting bowl below. It popped every single kernel in the chamber during testing, though some unpopped ones, less than 3%, also flew out into the bowl.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.